Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Aday's Corner. My name is Aday, owner of the Wellness Club. This channel is the disability advocacy portion of our company. I invite you to please like this channel, to please click on the notification button. Is it up? It's somewhere up here, the little bell. I invite you to please click it so that you are notified whenever we put up a new video. Also, if you like the contents of this video, please share it with someone that you know will benefit from this video. Sharing is caring, caring is sharing. Okay? Welcome again. So today's topic is disability is not a taboo. I went there. I sure did. Disability is not a taboo. First of all, what is the taboo? So, taboo is a prohibition that is enforced on social customs, right? And today I'm going to be talking about how considering or looking at disability as a taboo is actually detrimental to the community or individuals with disability, right? So, like I just said, taboo is just a prohibition that's imposed on social customs. Disability, depending on where you grow up, regardless of where you grow up, whether you grew up in Africa, whether you grew up in Asia, doesn't matter. Disability is disability, is disability. Disability knows no culture, no race, no ethnicity. It knows no social class. Disability does not care where you are or to whom you are born to. Disability is disability is disability. I know I sound redundant, but I'm trying to make a point here. Doesn't matter where you are. I can only explain why disability is looked at as a taboo as the lack of knowledge and understanding what disability is, right? The reason why I said that is because when people do not know what something is, they react differently. Now, we're all taught in our different communities where we grew up that if something is not quote unquote normal, then it's unnatural or that something is wrong with it because it doesn't fit into our definition of normalcy. And depending where you grew up, everyone looks at normal differently. What I think is normal is not what you may think is normal, or what the next country may think is normal, right? But disability does not even care what we think is normal. It doesn't even look through that window. Disability can affect you in any area. You can be a rich man, a rich woman, purple, yellow, orange, doesn't matter your color, like I said, social class, social standing, your bank account, whether you got it or not. If it is diagnosed that you have a child, that you have a disability, that's what it is. You are not spared from having a disability because you grew up on a different continent or in a different family, or you grew up poor, you grew up rich. Disability is disability is disability. Why do I keep repeating this? Because I want us to remember why the topic disability is not a taboo is being spoken of. Now, sometimes in our communities, we do certain things that hinder other members of that community, specifically disability. That's our topic, right? So imagine you grew up in this community, going to school, got married, children, working, everything. That's all you know. Now, this community that you are now a part of does not recognize anything that is not normal, does not accept anything that is not normal. And because this is all you know, you tend to stick to this community, whether it's good for you or not. I've come across a lot of young people who, two things. When they find out that they have a child with disability, they will either pack up and move out of their community that they know of, that they've grew up in, and they've gotten to love. They will move out of that community for fear of being talked about, being looked down on, being mocked, being ridiculed, or just the sheer arrogance of it all, because you have a child with disability. So that must be something wrong with you. You must have done something. Something. Just you must have done something to have a child with disability. That that thinking, ugh, I don't even know how to put it into words. That sad, that sorry disposition is what makes people to leave their communities, especially when they find out that they have a child with disability. Now, what the community does when they shun a child or family that has a child or have children with disabilities, their parents, their loved ones, caregivers, what the community actually is doing is they're missing out on the opportunity to learn what a diagnosis is, to learn what the disability is, to actually nurture that family. They're losing important members of the community simply because they're they're comfortable sitting on that bench of disability. Is it taboo? Well, it's not. Disability simply means differently abled. You may walk up straight to the table. I may scoot. We are getting there, just differently. I've seen families who are embarrassed to be seen with their children that have disability because of what society may say of them, that they will rather ignore the diagnosis of the child than then undergo the wrath of what society would do to them, as if they can control it. Remember, nobody asked to be born with disability, but yet this is what community does. We push them away. we we completely ignore them. We stare, we talk, we pretend to care. Oh, honey, I'm gonna pray for you. Oh, I'll keep you impressed. And then you call your friend. Oh my God, can you believe it? I did not know her child had this. And you wonder why the blessings aren't coming, honey. Sorry, I shouldn't be shady right now. But we tear our communities, our community members apart when we look down on them simply because they have a disability, or they have a child with disability, or know someone with disability. We prevent them from actually going to get treatment because they are afraid of being seen at a particular clinic, or ashamed of being seen with this child who is in a walker, who's in a wheelchair, or because you have to push the wheelchair. There's just so many negativity that comes with the thinking and believing that disability is a taboo, that it affects us, parents, sisters, aunties, cousins, grandmothers. It affects us all. We make that individual feel less important. We make them to feel as if that they are not worthy of inhaling the same air as we are inhaling. Like, what right do you have, honey? You don't. I didn't remember. You don't have that right to look down on someone with disability. Again, because disability simply means we are differently abled. That's all. So instead of looking down on your sister, your cousin, your friend, your neighbor, instead of talking about him or her or their family, what if we genuinely cared? Right? Like, what if we genuinely open up our arms? What if we actually delete the word taboo out of our mental dictionary, out of our minds, out of our behaviors? What if we actually teach our children to love any and every child, regardless of their abilities? What if we adults genuinely pray for that sister, that brother, that family? What if we actually show genuine support? What do you think will happen? I'll tell you what I think about what I know will happen. If we genuinely care for members of our communities who have disability, we make them feel welcome. We make them feel as like they are part of the community, that they truly are. We give them the opportunity to progress. There are members of different communities who have disabilities, who go to school, who go to college, who have careers. Some of them open businesses and they have disabilities. They're just differently abled. Why is it that certain communities, if you have a disability in that community, that it's just like a death sentence? That's it. Like, they don't even think you will succeed. Why? Because we are thinking that disability is a taboo. It's not. It simply means we're differently abled. I challenge you to reach out to someone that you know that has a child or family member or loved one with a disability, and just let them know that you want to be a part, however way they allow you to be a part, so that we can work together and help our children, our aunties, cousins, nephews, nieces that have disability to live the optimum life that God has given them. Because you and I, our job is to support and care for and to cheer on who and what they are. Not just look at their situation. Because, honey, that's temporary. Because disability is not a taboo. It just means that you are differently able. That's all. Disability is not a taboo. Disability simply means differently able. We are going to normalize what disability is. We are going to normalize what it is to genuinely care for each other, with or without disability. Because we know now that no one asks to be born with disability. We know now that disability simply means differently able. And because we do, we are going to show love and support. Thank you. Thank you for sitting here listening to me or whatever it is you're doing. Thank you for sharing this channel. Thank you for the questions I'm hoping you're going to put in the comments so that I can answer. And if you need help with anything that has to do with advocacy, let me know. I will put a link on the bottom of this video to get an ebook to show you how to advocate for your loved one, 5 simple steps. Share this channel, subscribe to this channel so that you help us get the word out on what we're talking about here. I hope you have a blessed day. And remember, disability simply means differently able. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.